Game Jam. This is a 4-person team game called Smithy.
4-person?
Yeah, it's 4-person. Our fourth couldn't be here today due to school, but this game is about you are a blacksmith. You're in a war. There's 2 factions, the barbarians and the knights. And you also have the adventurers and the farmers who come and ask you to repair their stuff. You basically repair the weapons for either side of the war. You have like fixed weapons, broken weapons, and then pristine weapons.
Yeah, there's art for it, but we didn't manage to get it into the game yet.
But if you would like to see those icons that Andrea and myself did, come talk to us. We can show them to you.
We can find X. This is really hard with the mouse.
But yeah, depending on how you repair the weapons, say like the knights, you don't really like them, you give the weapon back all broken and stuff. Like, I really like you guys. I could also break your business and might not come back to you.
Yeah, and then they might, like, depending on how well you fix weapons for a faction, they might start losing the war, and that could overall influence just how other people see you. And if you do well enough for others, they might. If you do bad for a faction, they might come and attack you, and the other factions might have to defend you, depending on how well you help them out.
Okay, you can fight them on your own.
You're a smith.
Yellow.
So yeah, I did a lot. I'm Thomas. I did a lot of just the coding for it. Harley Nutt, Andrea
Churchville.
and Joe Scott, who couldn't be here today, did all the assets. Are there any questions? Yes.
Were you inspired by what games were you inspired?
It was just kind of an idea I had, and I was like, overall, the in general for the character design, we were kind of inspired by what, Berserk?
Yeah, Berserk was.
The Berserk Smith.
Yes.
In general, the idea, like, I thought it was an interesting idea just to play like you're fixing something that could cause a lot of damage later, and how you affect the world with how you fix it can change just how the world is.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of like Papers, Please. But
Yeah, I was going to say it's a medieval paper.
Basically.
It's very cool. I like it.
I like it, yeah.
Very neat. Because you could like have like little story moments get interjected, like the king like writes you a note or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Please poison my dad.
That's one thing that we.
Unpleased.
And someone can be an assassin for the king and make it dull on purpose, and then they can get like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see the assassin in line and know that he's gonna like kill the king or something.
Yeah. And
That's cool.
you could, like, one of the other ideas was you could make a really powerful weapon later on and give it to somebody like a farmer, and then they would later come back to be like
Like the hero.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
And then it could also be an instance of like an adventurer is going to go raid a dungeon, but you know the dungeon is cursed, so you sabotage them so they don't destroy the land.
So you used the Godot engine. What would you describe as like the learning curve until getting into the Godot?
So this was the second time I really used the Godot engine, and it's the second time I really built like a game like this. So it was a really big learning curve versus what I used last year for the Global Game Jam. We used Alice 3, and this was all, you had to write your own code versus that, which was a really drag and drop system. With coding experience, I kind of had an internal idea of what to do. It was just figuring out how to really work with the editor. It was that was the big challenge to take on. I really enjoyed it, and definitely I hope to have more experience next time with the Godot engine if I use it. But it's really useful. It has built-in animation tools and whatnot. Yeah.
Very cool.
Neat.
Good job, guys.
Thanks.